Hey everybody, it's Ramona. Welcome back. So I'm doing a bit of a different video today. I'm going to be removing and applying my Color Street nail strips. This is take two. I've already done one hand, and I realized when I watched it back while I was waiting for the nail polish to remover to work that I wasn't even in frame. So it's because usually when I'm filming, I'm actually looking at the camera and I can see myself. Right now the camera is pointed down here and I'm behind the camera right now, so I can't see what I'm filming over there. A little bit tricky, but that's okay. I'm gonna keep trying and, you know, try until you succeed. And okay, so anyway, I'm gonna come back around and we're gonna try again. Okay, so as I said, the first hand is done. So what I am going to do is remove my Color Street nail strips. As I just said, this is Capitol Hill, which has a gray base and then some kind of mauve and pink glitters in it. Generally, this is probably the chunkiest glitter that Color Street does, and it's smooth because of just the dry polish and however they do it. It has a top coat built in, but it does take an extra minute to melt off. So generally speaking, if it wasn't like this heavy glitter, I would put the clips on, which I'll talk about in a second, for 2 minutes. But in this case, I did it for 3 minutes and it worked out just fine. Now, these are nail clips, and my team leader, Tracy, turned me on to these. You can get these at Amazon. Don't bother getting 10 because unless you're super duper talented, you can't, once you have these ones on, it's hard to get these ones on. So all you need is 5. And then you just need some cotton balls, and you don't need a whole cotton ball. These are jumbo cotton balls that I've torn into 5 pieces because really it's not like you need a big cotton ball soaked and you're going to be rubbing. You just need a little cotton. You're going to soak it and put it on, and you're just going to leave it there. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right, and then I have a alcohol pad here as well. These are my skewers to keep me in frame. The polish remover I'm using is Mineral Fusion. And I used to use anything like Sally Hansen, Dollar Tree, Q-Tex, until a lot of my Color Street people were telling me to try the Mineral Fusion. Honestly, I didn't think there could be a difference between nail polish remover, but there really is, and I really, really like this one a lot. I'm not getting paid to say that. That's just my own personal opinion. Pardon me. I'm going to get some water because I don't know what's going on. But lately, whenever I film, I get a cough, and it's kind of weird. Okay, let's get started. Gosh, and I hope this works. And please be patient with me. As I said, I'm not used to filming with the camera facing that way, so I'm just praying I'm back in frame here. Okay, and then I put my nail polish remover in just an old little squeezy bottle. It makes it easy. Okay, so just soak. Put this on. Oops, wrong finger. That one's done already. And it goes like that. That's a big one. And these nail clips are a game changer, honestly, a game changer. Even if you wear wet nail polish, and why are you wearing wet nail polish when this genius dry nail polish makes it so easy? But anyway, yes, so the nail clips will work obviously for any kind of nail polish. And as I said, we're going to leave this on for 3 minutes instead of 2 minutes. And there we go. Alexa, set timer for 3 minutes.
3 minutes, starting now.
Okay, not only do I have my skewers here, but I also have, this is my nail polish removal setup. This is, every time I do it with this. This is a dish drying mat underneath, and this is just a tea towel folded into 3s because I have in the past spilled nail polish on my wood table that you see me behind me in my other videos, and now I have stains on that wooden table from nail polish remover. So I was debating about whether I was going to take my table with me when I move, but sorry, I was going to sell it or get rid of it in some way, shape, or form. But I am going to keep it, and I think when I get up there, I'm going to refinish it in some way, shape, or form. Pardon me. If you don't know, because I don't think I have too many Color Street subscribers, but for the rest of my subscribers, they know that I'm moving back to Canada. And right now my house is a lot of, oh, see, I don't know why this happens. Am I nervous? I don't think I should be nervous after all these years, right? I'm so sorry. Right now my house is warm tones, and when I move up there, we're going completely opposite. New apartment, new house, new place to live, and I'm going to switch over to cool. So I'm going to do something, you know, I'm going to repaint or resand my kitchen table and do something about it like that. This is so weird. Okay. So we're going to finish with the 3 minutes. I'll come back and probably only another minute left or so. We're going to take them off and I'll show you my next step. Okay. Okay, we're back. Alexa just told me my 3 minutes were up. So we will take this off. And as I said, the glitter is a little bit harder to get off. Not a little bit harder to get off than like regular, a solid or less glittery one. But you can, that's it. I mean, that's all there is to it. Those clips, as I said, are thebomb.com. It just wipes right off. Sometimes you have to give it a little extra rub because of the glitter, but generally speaking, I mean, I never took glitter off this easily when it was wet nail polish, that's for sure. Okay, so the next step then is going to be just kind of prepping the nail itself. And I'll show you what I do for that. Before we get to the fun part of actually putting the nail strips on. So I have been, I think, when did I join Color Street? I think in November. And I had never, you know, really played around with nail strips at all. And Tracy was kind enough to send me a set, and I immediately fell in love. And then I watched some Color Street join videos for the kit, and it's like, oh yes, sign me up. The join kit is $129. I think with tax and shipping and handling it was like around $150. In that kit you get a whole bunch, you get like 13 sets, you get some little twosies, sets of twos that we give out for samples, and lots of fun stuff. So you can check out some Color Street join videos. Okay, so polish is off. So the next thing we're going to do is just clean, as I said, prep the nails itself. So what I use for cuticles is a cuticle remover. I try not to use the cuticle nippers unless I have a really big hunk, you know, sticking out or something, because I have found for me, myself, once I start cutting my cuticles, you're kind of committed to it then, because they keep growing back. Sometimes they grow back bigger and stronger than before. So I try not to, but as I said, there are some times when I have to give it a little nip here and there. So what I use instead is this, I hope you can see it, Blue Cross Cuticle Remover, and I get this from Amazon. I think it's like I don't know, $5 a bottle, something like this. And what I do is I just put it in one of these little dropper bottles. I probably got this from Amazon too, I don't know. And then I have a cuticle pusher. This is a plastic one. I also have a metal one, then some nail files and other things that we're going to do as well. So we just kind of drizzle this on. Just trying so hard to make sure you guys can see this, because as I said, the first part of the video was a mess. So you're just going to really kind of drizzle it on, be generous. It doesn't sting. It just kind of, I guess, dissolves cuticles, what it's supposed to do. Okay, so we're going to use this a couple more times. So I'll just kind of set that to the side. Then I take, I like the metal one, but you don't have to. Now the thing with this, if you're going to use a metal cuticle pusher, you don't want to really push down at an angle, because you don't want to dig into the existing, you know, the good nail. I'm sorry, I'm not technical about this at all. So just kind of keep it at a kind of a very light angle, and just trying to get all the kind of the dead skin that's around the way down deep into the bed of the cuticle there, and kind of scrape that off way down, and you're pushing back your cuticles at the same time to make room for the nail strips as well. So you can see I'm not getting too much residue. I'm not really pushing really hard. I'm not going really deep down at an angle. Just trying to keep it light with a low angle. And pushing back the cuticles at the same time. See. And I have, especially, I noticed like particular fingers like this, the baby finger right here, always seems to grow extra skin, I guess. I don't even, like I said, I don't know what these technical terms are. And there we go. I'm gonna give this hand another wetting, make it easier to scrape off. And of course, it doesn't have to be this particular kind of, this is just the kind, the cuticle remover I use. And you'll know after you do this a few times how deep to go and not to take off too much. You don't want to gouge the nail. You just want to take off the top layer of the dried skin. That's what we're trying to get to, is the dried skin, not gouging the nail. And I always have an extra bit on this side of this nail too. I don't know why that is, but that just is. Okay, just about done. And again, this baby nail seems to want to grow skin or cuticle onto the nail. Like that. Okay. So see, especially on this one, I do have quite a bit, but we're going to do another step before I decide if I'm going to use the nippers or not. Okay, so at this point then, I also then kind of take a sharp one, clean out any residue under the nail. And if there's any nails that need to be filed or shaped, I would do that now as well. So whatever nail file you like to use, you can use one of these sandpapery ones, emery boards, or metal, or this. This is a stainless steel one that I'm liking. And I just shaped them the last time, so I don't have too much to do, although I did notice this one here got a little gnarly, so we're gonna fix this guy up here. And this little guy here looks a little gnarly too, so we'll straighten him up. I mean, you shape yours with however you like to shape, whatever works for you. Okay, so that's it. So now what I'm going to do is going to the restroom. I have a nail brush over there. I'm just gonna put some soap on the nail brush, give them a scrub, really get at the cuticles too, so we can get all that dead skin off that we just lifted off with the cuticle pusher, to hopefully eliminate having to use the nipper too much. I think on this little nail right here, I'll probably have to use that. But anyway, so I'm gonna go scrub my nails with a nail brush, and I will be right back. Okay, we are back. I have cleaned my nails. I grabbed my nail strips, which we'll talk about those in just a second. So one more time then, I'm just kind of going under them. Just make sure there's no leftover residue. And then I'm going to, oh, I didn't do a good job on that one. Hang on 1 second. I think this video is going to be long. I'm sorry. Okay, so then I'm just going to go around and just make sure there's nothing really outrageous that I can't live with. And I'm very, very, I don't know what the word is, faithful, I guess, or committed to oiling my cuticles. I have like little oil cuticle pens everywhere. To keep my cuticles moist, hydrated. so I don't have to peel too much. Okay, so I think my nails are prepped and they're good to go. I'm going to take then this alcohol swab. These are just like $100 for $1 at Walmart, Walgreens, anywhere. They're just alcohol, little alcohol pads. Okay, now let's talk about nail strips. So first of all, right now that my nail strips had been sitting on the dryer. I had some clothes in the dryer because it was a little bit chilly in the house today. It was 55 overnight. So you don't want to put nail strips on cold hands, or you don't want your nail strips to be cold either. They will not stick. And I learned this from my own experience. I was putting them on one day in January and they weren't sticking. I couldn't understand why, but my hands were cold. They definitely were cold. And I was doing some research, and so yes, you do need to have, you don't want to warm them up, but you don't want them cold. They will not stick. Okay, being as though it is Easter weekend, and I'm working this weekend, we're going to do some Easter nails. This is Spring Picnic. I'm going to throw in some Belgian Buttercup. I'm going to throw in some Aspen Sky, and I think those will be pretty for Easter. So this is the package they're going to come in. And these things never ever open. Not ever, not once ever have I had one that opened like that. Quite annoying. I should have opened these ahead of time. So when you open the pack, if you were to open it completely, you would see that there are instructions on the inside. I'm not going to, because I want to save this package for the leftovers. And they have those little sticky business there. Also on the inside, you will find a nail prep pad, which is also stuck in there. And you will find a nail file. So everything you need is in this one kit. Now, and I don't know if you can see in there or not, because this whole shooting from this angle is weird. But inside, if you were to pull this down, pull that out, the instructions are there. But as I said, I'm going to save this for the leftovers. So let me make a little pile over there. This one, same thing. It's not going to open completely. It did. Whoa, that's just because I said that, right? And I don't need the other stuff, so I'm going to leave that in there. And then this one is the Aspen Sky. Yep. Okay. Pardon me. So what I keep, these are just in my nail kit. These are Fiskars scissors. They're just little, I don't know, teeny tiny ones. Also from Amazon. So we're gonna cut these puppies open. I sure hope I'm in frame, because otherwise you guys aren't gonna see this. Okay, so that's good. Now, inside each package, there will be 2 strips of 8 of differing sizes. And so we're just gonna hold them up and measure to our fingers. I know by now which ones suit my fingers, so I'm okay there. And the Aspen Sky. So then, obviously, if I was using one color, it wouldn't be a big deal, but I'm going to kind of lay out my design, so to speak. And I think I'm going to have, my thumb is going to be, and there's 2 here. I know the second from the end is for my thumb. And with Color Street, I know other brands this is important. I should have said this from the get-go. Color Street is 100% nail polish. It's built in with a base coat, the color coat, and a top coat. So it removes, obviously, with nail polish remover. Now, other brands, they are not 100% nail polish, and you can't, if they get on your cuticle, you can't get them off because it's like a piece of vinyl. You just can't. With Color Street, they are thin there nail polish, and say I get some on my cuticle, which you don't want to do because that's going to prevent it from laying down properly. You want to make sure it's all within the nail bed. But with Color Street, because it is that way, say I do go over a little bit, you can either just take your thumb, and we're going to use our thumbs last. Thumbs are our tools. And you can take your thumb and just kind of score it and then peel it off like that. Or you can take a little nail stick, or you can take your cuticle pusher as well. Okay, so for me, I know that those are my thumbs. And then I think I'm going to do an accent nail or 2, maybe 2. And each of these, I don't need that one. Each of these will do 2 nails, okay? So you're gonna save your leftovers. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. You could or you could just use your leftovers and do a petty. So one kit will do at least a mani and a petty together. And where's my other strip of these? I'm missing some. Oh, there they are, okay. So I think I'm going to do, yes, okay. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to have a yellow one in there, which will be my middle finger, and this is my middle finger. Sorry, I'm just measuring up my nail to which strip I'm going to use. This one, I think. And then we'll get some blue in there as well. And this one is my pointer finger right there. I know that. Or maybe I should do this one yellow too. Decisions. Oh my gosh. Or maybe I should do this one. Okay, just I'm spending way too much time on this. Let's just go with that. We don't have time. Okay. So nails are prepped. We got them all laid out. One strip will do 2 nails, unless you have really long nail beds or like ginormous nails. I'm not going to go there. Okay, so you're going to pick up your nail strip. There's a top clear coat, a clear layer. You're going to peel that off. Then there's a silver tab here. You're going to lift it up from the silver tab. Trying to be careful and not a Hulk. You're just going to lay it down. And this one is a little narrow for me. I'm going to lift it gently back up. And because they're nail polish, I can give it a gentle squeeze or pull, and it'll widen it for me just enough. I don't get too overly concerned about it. If somebody's getting close enough to me to eyeball my nails and critique them, you don't need to be that close in my personal space. So, okay, so I just laid it down. I was talking there, I'm sorry. I just took my thumb, as I said, that's why we're saving our thumbs for last. I kind of put my thumb under there to score it. You could also use a nail file to score it. And then I gently pulled the excess away. Now I'm going to pull off the silver tab. Some people do it at the beginning. That's totally fine. Flip it around, and I'm going to put it on this nail now. And I did get a little wrinkle there, so you can lift it up. You've got some play time and get it just where you want it. Now, so you're rubbing. That's going to get the adhesive warm enough to stick. So that's why I say you can't use it on cold hands. You don't want your strips to be cold because the adhesive has to activate, I guess. So again, just putting my thumb under there, thumb, and tearing off the excess. And that is it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. No dry time, no smudging. I could go to bed now. I can do anything. It is recommended that you don't get them wet or put any lotions on them for about 30 minutes. So in about 30 minutes, I will put some cuticle oil on. So again, I lifted off the clear layer. I'm pulling up the silver tab, laying it down on my finger. Just so, trying not to get it on my cuticle, but if I do, it's no big deal, and I just did right there. I'm going to just, I could get a little bit closer to the end cuticle, I think. Be gentle, be gentle. Okay, so, no. Nope. I'm going to run out of chances here in just a second. Okay, we're going to have to go with that because I don't want to mess it up too much. Because I'm afraid I'm going to rip it if I keep playing around with it. All right, we'll just go with that. Okay, so you're just going to kind of rub it side to side, get all the sides adhered down, then up the center, down the sides, whatever it takes. And again, thumb. So there is some left over on the cuticle. We'll address that in a minute. Okay, I'm gonna rip off the silver tab. Put this one down. Rub, rub, rub. Try to get it as close to the cuticle without going onto it as you can. And this one was a little bit large for me, but that's okay. No problem there. Score with your thumb or a nail file. So over here you can see that I did go over a little bit. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my cuticle pusher and just kind of push it down all around into the, I call it the cuticle ditch. That's not a term that anybody probably would tell you that is official, but that's what I call the cuticle ditch over there. So I just kind of scored it with the cuticle pusher or your thumb, and then you can just, the rest will just kind of come off with your thumb like that. And same thing over here. This one was a little wide for that finger. I'm just going to kind of push it down and score it with the cuticle pusher. Push it down into the cuticle ditch. And then I'm going to take this little sharp end here. And it should come off pretty easily, which it does. Okay. So while you're playing with your cuticles, they're going to look kind of dry and gnarly, but once you get them oiled up, they'll be fine. And then we're going to come back at the end and fix all the little jagged ends bits at the end. Okay, onward. Onward. Okay, clear layer off, lift up the silver tab, place it. The solid ones are not as forgiving as the glitter or the patterned ones. They're going to see every wrinkle. So get out your cuticle pusher and just kind of push down all around the edges, all around the side. Get in there with your thumb. Make sure you're kind of really smoothing it out. Okay. And then again with your thumb. Score, score, score. And I have found that some strips are thicker or thinner than others. So you just kind of take your time and just kind of see how it goes. There's a little nibbly bit there. Okay. So just really, really, really smooth it, smooth it, smooth it. And some people use a top coat on their Color Street nail strips. I don't. I find I don't need to. That's just my choice, but you can. It kind of, to me, it kind of defeats the purpose of having dry polish. So definitely this yellow one is thicker than the plaid one as far as being, you know, easily scored with your thumb. But if it was a big deal, I could also use the nail file. Okay. And yes, I do have short stubby nails, but that's just the way it is. Okay. Then we did the blue one. Clear off. Lift off the silver tab. Lay it down close to your cuticle. Rub, rub, rub. Kind of get it down in the nail ditch. And I'm not going to spend too much time cleaning them up right now because this video is going to be too long. We're going to move to the next step and I can clean it off camera. I mean, like getting the extra bits out right there. Well, I just did it. See, that's how easy it is. So it's not that bad. It's not that bad. If you get it on the cuticle, just get it off. Okay, almost done. Okay. And I did get, yeah, okay, we're just gonna go with it. There's a little bit under the nail there. That's okay, I'm not gonna spend the time to fix it. I can do that later. Okay, almost done. And then we're gonna use the last plaid one right here for our thumbs. Clear layer off, lift the silver. Get it down in the ditch. Rub, rub, rub. Thumb, thumb, thumb. Gentle, gentle. Okay. And also, I have had a set that was they were so sticky. I tore a couple of them before I kind of readjusted my application technique, I guess you would say. Not that there's any technique to it, but until once I realized I got to be a little more gentle because that set was really, really sticky. Okay, rub, 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 rub. Thumb. Now this last one here, because this thumb is done, be careful, or if you really want to be extra careful, just don't use a nail file to take this last one off right here. Okay. All right, done. I have no idea how slow we're at. Okay, so now what I'm going to do now is just take a nail file, any nail file will do, and we're just going to clean up around the edges where I kind of use my thumb and they aren't like completely smooth, or there's a little bit under the edge there. Just kind of do that as well. And I'll finish that off camera. These kind of look kind of crappy now. Let's see, they don't look crappy, but my nails are just so short and stubby that's why. Okay. Anyhow, I'm going to tidy up. I'm going to tidy up around the edges, around the ends. And in 30 minutes, I will put some cuticle oil on. They'll look better in 30 minutes. I'll do that as my thumbnail. So the last thing I want to tell you about is how to store them. Now, Color Street does not endorse this at all. This is something, though, I learned from other consultants, that you can save them for a period of time, but you must get the air out and seal them very, very well. So I bought also on Amazon this little mini hair straightener. And what you do is get them back in the bag, which is way harder than putting on the nails, let me tell you. So what I do now is, because I tried you could be 5 minutes trying to get this one strip back inside. So I just learned, because this makes me really uncomfortable to rip up the good thing that looks so pretty, but you have to get them back in the bag because you can't get them back in all at once. So you're going to put them back in the bag. You're going to squish all the air out as you can, push as much of the air out as you can, and then seal that with your hair straightener like that. There are several ways to do it. Some people use like a lighter, or I tried that, it didn't work. These hair straightener is the best method for me. So how long will it last? That's anybody's guess. I mean, I don't know the answer to that, but it will last longer than if you don't seal them. That's all I can say about that. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. It was a little choppy, but I had been trying to show you how I do mine, take them off, put them back on. And so I hope this was helpful for you. I hope everybody has a happy Easter if you celebrate Easter, or otherwise have a great weekend. I will see you soon. Bye.